Mercury starts off as an expanded 2x1, then the second floor gets built with 2 more loot rooms, an exit on both sides and another onto the roof. After that, the whole core gets honeycombed, both entrances get airlocked, and the third floor goes up. Wallstack the base on 2 sides, and attach these sections to external tool cupboards. Not only does this lower the upkeep and protect from griefing, but also allows for 2 hidden roof bunkers to keep your loot safe. Next, the mobility ring gets built with breach peaks that seal off the second and third floors, topped off with the bunkers and chutes. Wide gap the base on 2 sides to add some more angles into the compound. Wide gaps can be attached back to the base or to external TCs. It's up to you. After that, the high external walls go down, and the compound is completed with gatehouses, bedrooms, and a furnace wall, all guarded by 6 turrets with great coverage. Finally, the roof is erected, with even more angles for defense, bedrooms, retakes, turrets, and SAMs. Welcome to the tour of the Mercury, a 2x1 perfect for a duo, trio, or quad. Enter the compound through one of 2 gatehouses. Each has an airlock to prevent anyone from going deep. And they have retakes on either side looking down behind the furnace wall, so grubs have nowhere to hide. And you can take down any raiders if they destroy the compound walls. After 3 doors, we're now in the compound, which is protected by 6 turrets. Each gatehouse has 2 turrets protected by chain link, so raiders have to use 1 more HV to destroy them. The compound is also protected by a furnace wall. Furnaces are placed high so raiders can't jump over them, and instead get taken down by the turrets or you from these breach peaks. There are also 2 bedrooms in the compound, one on either side of the base. Each one has peaks like this overlooking the outside area, and retakes on the sides which look into the furnace wall and outside the compound. Because of the triangle floor at half height, this makes the gap really tight, so it's very difficult for raiders to shoot you. Here I demonstrate the furnace wall. If raiders decide to go through the compound like this, then they won't be able to go any further without taking down the furnace or laddering over, which would be very difficult as on each corner there are 2 turrets looking straight at you, so it's best to use wood walls to bait raiders through them. On top of each bedroom we have a single turret with excellent visibility, and again is protected by double chain link, but if you're on console you can modify this to hold 2 turrets instead. Enter the base itself through one of 2 airlocked entrances. On this side we have an ore refinery built in, but on the opposite side we have a locker. Use the jump up to get to the second floor, which is covered by 2 turrets. This floor is not only the mobility ring, but it doubles up as a shooting floor too. There are breach peaks that look back down into the compound on all 4 sides. From these you can easily defend the bedrooms and the compound walls. These get put up pretty early on in the build, so it make it easy to defend early game. And on 2 sides we have wide gaps. From these you can easily retake your gatehouses and have some great angles around the rest of the compound. If you've been following my latest builds, you'll see that this base is a smaller version of the lithium and the carbon, but I made the mobility ring and shooting floor one piece to save cost. We also have some great retakes from these bedrooms which overlook the jump ups. If anyone comes down from the floor above or from the main entrance, it will be easy to take them down. We have one of these on either side of the base for whoever's online the most. Moving into the second floor of the 2x1, we have an entrance on either side, along with 2 large loot rooms. To get down to the core, first you have to go through the bunker. Down here we have an expanded 2x1 with loads of loot space and room for 4 sleeping bags. For the highest raid cost, the TC is tucked behind the corner here and only requires this amount of upkeep, although this will be slightly higher if you opt to go for 2 externals instead of 4. To open the bunker, destroy the twig triangle holding up the stairs. This bunker doesn't work on console unfortunately, but to be honest, after the ceiling is made HQM, you won't need it, as it will be cheaper to raid through the ceiling than the bunker, and as it costs 25 HQM to upgrade the bunker, it's only really useful early game. Next we'll go up to the 3rd floor, where we have our bedrooms. Up here we have space for 4 beds and a loot room. We also have retakes out onto the mobility ring on the left and the right, so if your turrets fail, you can easily take back control. Going back downstairs, I'll now show you the bunkers which are located in the mobility chutes. There's one on each side, and they open with just a triangle roof. Inside we have space for 2 large boxes and a couple of small, along with a battery. If you can afford it, you can upgrade these to full HQM. But as they're on the 3rd floor and covered by a layer of honeycomb, they're unlikely to be found. And on the opposite side we have the second bunker. You should jump up to exit onto the roof. On the way up we have a retake back into the bedroom. and this roof peak can be used to defend the surrounding area and the compound. If you prefer, you can use a brutalist roof, which will give you a different range of peaks. It's up to you. But I prefer the triangle one, as you can see down below, making sure there are no blind spots. There's also a roof retake here as well, which I forgot to show. On top of that, we have more retakes back onto the lower parts of the roof on the left and the right here. Go out through the single door to exit onto the roof itself. We have 2 exits with a bedroom, one on either side, with some handy drop loot as well. The roof is guarded by 4 turrets, 2 of which are above the bedrooms, and the other 2 are in these modules. The modules are designed to make it really difficult for raiders to shoot out your turrets. And we also have some SAMs which are protected by the roof pieces. As for peaks, we have these nice window retakes on either side, and these bedrooms which are wide gapped. From here you can see down into the compound and also back into the mobility ring, but you need to replace the door with a garage door instead. And here we have the same thing on the opposite side. Jumping up here, we also have these nice roof peaks with these sneaky little corner angles. And you can also jump down to the compound from here too. Lastly, I'm going to show you the upkeep of the externals. These externals are mandatory. There's one on each side of the base and they attach to the bunkers. But these externals are optional. They're just connected to the wide gaps. But if you prefer, you can connect the wide gaps back to the main base. Next on screen, you can see the build cost and upkeep of the base along with the footprint. Really affordable for a trio or a quad, especially if you use less armoured doors, as that will decrease the HQM upkeep a lot. Start off the build by placing down 2 squares, followed by 3 triangle foundations. Put 2 walls around this triangle, and place down your TC. Make sure to lock it, and put a window in front. Don't worry if you don't have the glass right now. Finish off this loot room with a door, then place walls in these locations, with a single door frame here. Seal in the roof, then put a double door frame here. You can make the square into a full loot room if you're not using the bunker. Everything in this tutorial will be built in stone. This is to highlight areas that need to be upgraded before they're sealed in. After that, place down 3 more triangle foundations outside the entrance, then surround it with walls, and then put down 2 double door frames. Place 2 triangle floors here, and then a frame in this location. For now, use a furnace as a jump up. Build the entrance with 2 walls and a half-height shelf as a jump up to the next floor. Don't seal off the top of the entrance. For the bunker, place down a triangle foundation, a half wall, and then a triangle floor. The triangle floor can be upgraded to wood. We use this to help us place the floor needed to seal the bunker. At this early stage, to seal the bunker, we need to place a floor here and a floor inside the loot room. Make sure you remove this one and never upgrade it, otherwise you'll break the bunker. To seal it, just place the triangle stairs like this. And to unseal it, just remove the triangle floor. Later, when you have garage doors, you can use a triangle frame here with a grill inside of it. The frame doesn't interact with the bunker like a triangle floor does. Now we can go on and finish the second floor. Put walls in these locations, and then put a single door frame on either side of the 2 squares. Then seal in the roof. Now extend the entrance up to the 3rd floor, including this triangle where we'll put the locker. To make it easier to place the locker, put down a triangle floor here temporarily. Now go ahead and complete the second floor with a loot room here next to the jump up. And on this side we'll seal in the TC by putting a wall next to the square here. And then build your 2 triangle loot room. Before placing the honeycomb, make sure you upgrade this wall and this foundation behind the TC. Then surround the base with honeycomb like so. All the triangles around the 2x1 will have square honeycomb. The squares of the actual 2x1 will have triangle honeycomb. All these walls behind the honeycomb can be upgraded at any point, from inside the base. At this point, the base will look like this. Now we're going to add airlock to the front and the rear entrance. As a temporary jump up, use a triangle roof, but don't upgrade it. Then we can go ahead and build the third floor. Put walls on either side of these squares, and 2 more here. And then opposite the jump up, we'll have a low wall and a half wall as the retake. Do the same on this side next to the locker. After you sealed in the roof, put a full wall here, making sure the soft side faces away from you. And a half height shelf, upgrading it to metal so it can't be soft sided. And then your window. Do the same on this side. Then you can build a loop room on these 2 triangles. Next we're going to wall stack the base, but before you do that, make sure to upgrade these 2 walls. And fill this part in with a half height triangle. Now remove the roof and build up from this triangle with 7 squares. And put a triangle on the end. Remove all the squares and this last triangle, and then build back towards the base with a bunch of triangles, following these half moon shapes. When you get to this point, upgrade this last triangle and remove all the build up. As it's not attached to the base, we need to attach it to an external TC, 2 squares and a triangle. Then build parts of the bedroom like so. If you're on console, attach it to an external TC using a triangle and 3 squares. Then build 3 triangles for your external TC housing. The external TC would go in here. But if you're on PC, only build out by 2 squares. Then build these 3 triangles like so. Put your TC in this triangle and seal it with a window. Then put a full wall to the left, 2 half walls here, and then your single door. You can bunker these externals if you want, just follow the tutorial in the description. Connect it to the breach peak with frames like so. To disconnect the TC, if your main one gets raided and you need to replace it, just place a roof here. Now it's really important that you upgrade the external TC to metal. As it's attached to the bunkers and last sections of the base, they need to be protected. If you're on PC, all these parts of the bedroom need to be upgraded too, as they give stability to the frames connecting to the external TC. But if you're on console, just upgrade the foundation, a half wall and the window instead. Finish off the bedroom with windows and doors so you can start using it straight away. Or you should upgrade this half wall to metal and rotate it too. Build another external in exactly the same way on the opposite side of the base, and remember to seal this part in and upgrade the walls behind it too. On one side of the base, extend the footprint like so with 2 triangles and 2 squares. This is the side with the oil refinery. After putting 2 walls and your door down, place down 2 ceilings like so, a jump up, and a triangle frame here. To replace the refinery, remove these twig pieces. And remember to upgrade these walls and this foundation too. Then place your triangle ceiling, making sure it attaches to the one above you, not to the walls. Place a single doorway here and set outside the place to place the oil refinery. Then you can put down your single door, making sure it opens outwards to make an airlock. After that, put 3 walls down here and some wall frames on the sides. Now move around to the other side of the base where we'll do this again, but slightly differently. Extend the footprint with a triangle either side and 2 squares. Then put down your walls and your single door. And we can fill in this foundation on the left because we're not having a oil refinery here. Before sealing in this part, upgrade these walls and this foundation. Put a full wall here, and then build the ceiling. Add the jump up and garage door just like the other side. And on the left here, we'll have our locker. After that, go upstairs and place down a triangle floor here, making sure it attaches to the one that you're standing on. And then put down 3 walls and your wall frames on the sides here. Next, we'll start building the mobility ring or shooting floor. Start off by placing 2 triangle floors either side of the airlock, and then the ceilings here. You should have a gap like so. Then put down 2 wall frames. The right garage door should face away from you, and the left one should face towards you to seal the gaps. After building the jump up, place down a window frame with a horizontal embrasure and a glass window. You can remove the double doors for the airlock now. Then build the breech peak on this side with a full wall, half wall and a window. Put a square frame here and a roof piece. Then a double door frame and a door. A full wall here, make sure to upgrade it to metal. And then a backwards wall here, making sure to upgrade that to metal too. When completed, this section should look like this. Repeat these steps again on this side of the base. Again, remember to upgrade this wall to metal, and upgrade and rotate this one too. Next, we'll complete the chute and build a bunker. After placing the ceilings, put down a half wall here and a window as a retake, upgrading it to metal. Then put a full wall inside with the hard side facing you. Build a shelf, and then place a full wall here. The soft side should face towards you. We'll finish the bunkers off in a bit. After placing down the 2 ceilings, open the bunker, jump up, and make sure this triangle floor attaches to the one that you're standing on. If you don't correctly, you should have a gap here. Then build the roof entrance. And you can go ahead and close the bunker. That's one side done, then we'll go and complete the other one in exactly the same way. Again, make sure that the garage doors in these slots face the correct way. As before, make sure that you upgrade this wall here and this one. And do the same on this side. Leave this ceiling open for now. Don't worry about the bunkers too much for now, I'll explain more about them later. Again, make sure that this triangle floor attaches correctly. with a gap here. At this point the base will look like this. Now I'll go ahead and complete the rest of the mobility ring. First, seal in these sections. You don't really need to upgrade the walls behind them, but you can if you want to. But before sealing in this part, upgrade these two walls and these floor pieces. Use a triangle roof to jump up, or a ladder if you got one. Then seal it in. And put a full wall on either side, with a garage door in the middle. When your shooting floor is finished, I recommend using a double door instead, as it will give the turret a bit more cover. And do the same on this side. Now we can talk more about the bunkers. Open the bunker with the triangle roof and upgrade these parts, making sure the floors are HQM to prevent soft siding. The back wall should also be rotated so the soft side faces into the bunker, not into the bedrooms on the third floor of the base. Make sure to upgrade this half wall as well, as it reacts with the full wall inside the bunker and seals any gaps in the sides. Upgrade the main wall to HQM, as it has to be soft side facing out. It has to be this way to seal any gaps on the outside of the base. You can see if we put a frame here and upgrade it to the same material and make sure it's rotated correctly, it seals the gap in the outside. Repeat these steps again with the other bunker on the other side of the base. Next we build the wide gap. On this side, build up by 2 squares and 3 triangles. Remove the 2 squares and then place down these triangles too. The footprint will look like this. If you don't want to build an external and you want to connect it back to the main base, just build a wall frame and 2 square frames like so. But this will increase the overall upkeep of the base. To attach it to an external TC, first build the airlock. Then put down a triangle foundation and 3 squares. At the end of the last square, put down 3 triangles. Your TC will go on this foundation with the 2 half walls. You can bunker these externals if you want, just follow the tutorial in the description. And attach the external to the airlock with frames. If you disconnect it, just place down a triangle roof here. And it's very important to upgrade these parts to prevent TC griefing. Now we build the wide gap. Go up to the 3rd floor with frames like so. Then from here, place down 2 triangle frames with a floor in the middle, upgrading it to metal to prevent soft siding. Then place down a full wall and a twig half wall and 2 triangles like so. Then put another full wall here. You can place a turret on this half height triangle. Then remove these pieces. Do the same on the opposite side of the base for 2 wide gaps. Next we're going to build the bare minimum of the gatehouse in order to seal the compound as quickly as possible. After the 2 half walls, put down 5 triangles like so, the outside ones can stay wood. Then build some twig triangle foundations. Then we can put the barricades on top with the help of 2 twig squares. Do the same on the opposite side, and we'll go ahead and finish the gatehouses when the compound is done. Next we'll build the bare minimum needed of the bedrooms so we can seal the compound. Put down stone foundations on either side, and a low wall and a full wall on both sides too. Then put some ceilings on the top, and place down your barricades with the help of these twig pieces. Then do the same on the opposite side of the base. To place down your high external walls, line up against the side of the gatehouse and make sure that they point slightly inwards in order to make sure that there's no gaps. You'll need 12 walls for this in total. Now I can go ahead and complete the rest of the gatehouse. Put windows on either side like so, and then triangle ceilings, making sure they're upgraded to metal to prevent the turret from being soft-sided. Then put a double door here. On the left, build 2 low walls and the same on the right. These can stay wood. Then put down 2 half walls and place a square foundation here with a window. This will help us seal in the furnace wall. Then you can remove the twig foundations and place down 2 triangle floors like so. Then put down 2 wood wall frames, a ceiling, and then a chain link. These parts can stay wood as they only protect the turret, and the chain link is actually weaker than the wood. Then on the other side, put down your window again. And do the same thing with the floors. And the wood frames with the chain link. Partition the triangles like so with wood walls. Then put a turret in the left and the right. Do the same on the opposite side of the base, so you have 2 completed gatehouses. Now for the bedrooms. Put down a wood low wall here, on both sides. Then build 2 stone half walls. Delete the foundation, and then put down some triangle floors with a roof piece. Next put some windows here, with an embrasure and a ramp. Now we'll build the wall frames that protect the turret with the chain link. And we'll put the turret here in the middle. Then build some stone frames all around like so. And put chain link in the side ones. Don't put chain link in the middle at the front, otherwise you won't be able to refill the turret. And put half walls on top of the wall frames. When completed, this section will look like this, and repeat these steps on the other side of the base. When that's all done, we can place down our large furnaces. Make sure that they seal the gap and that they're as high as possible. Do this on all 4 sides. Lastly, we can finish off the roof. Start off by the jump up and put down 3 wall frames with windows on top. Then put down your roof piece. This could be a triangle or a square roof piece, it's up to you. Finish off the roof exit with another door frame here and a garage door. Then put a triangle floor in this slot with a low wall for a retake. Then build the rest of the bedroom with windows and a single door. Then place down the ceilings, making sure this one attaches correctly too, to ensure that there's no gaps. And do the same on this side of the base. After that, we can build our loot storage with a ramp and some low walls. And do the same on all 4 sides of the base. Extend the wall frames up and add a triangle. If you don't have any of the new building skins, then these parts will have to be metal in order to place the roof piece. When that's done, do the same on the opposite side of the base. Next, we'll extend the wide gap up, put down some triangle floors, and build the bedroom. Put half walls on top for the turret. Then put a double door in this slot with windows on either side. And triangle roof pieces above. And here too. And do the same on the opposite side, just as before. Next, we'll put roof pieces in these slots, but to place them correctly, you'll have to stand on this square. Then we'll build the turret module. Put wall frames in these slots, then a square frame here, and a roof piece. Then place down a triangle floor at the back, and surround with half walls. Put ceilings on top, and then you can put down your windmill above that. Don't forget the chain link in the sides, that will help protect the turret. Next, put roof pieces all around the bedroom for the SAM site. This will help protect it against bows. When completed, the roof will look like this. And if you've made it this far, then that means that you've completed the base. So well done, and give yourself a pat on the back. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.